Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive, and today we are going to be doing a take a look at the City of Kings, a new game that is just being shipped from Kickstarter. This take a look series will be, well, just basically what it is. We'll be taking a look at a game. Sometimes it'll be an unboxing, sometimes it'll just be a brief overview or preview, not a review, not an in-depth look, but just something to go over, casually taking a look at a game and what's inside the box and what I think of the game or just stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, this just came out from Kickstarter. I just got it delivered yesterday. So I've already taken the shrink wrap off. One thing I did notice is that the game does not ship with any kind of packing insert. So nothing to keep the components all together when it's shipped. So you might want to think about that when you get it. Don't turn it over to look at the back maybe, because the stuff might slosh around and you might bend up your books or something if that's something that is important to you. We'll take a look at the back of the box after we look at all the stuff inside. So it starts with the rule book here, and it looks like a very nice rule book. Looks well organized, well written. I'm hoping it's not like so many Kickstarter rulebooks are, a complete mess. So we'll see. Some of the flavor. It used to be peaceful here once. This world was a garden full of life, from the flying Vedora to the deep-dwelling dwarves. But that was before Vesh came. The world has been lost, and only one city remains, the oldest city in the world, for the last refuge for all of us. Now we fight back. So this game is kind of a fantasy adventure game, but it maybe has a little more Euro mechanisms than I typically like or typically play. It's got, I think, like some light worker placement, some action selection, resource management. It somewhat reminds me of Fantasy Flight Games' version of Civilization, but maybe more in a, and you'll see what I mean, like the way you like move out these little wagons to explore. But of course, Civilization in a fantasy setting, and as we all know, fantasy is better than reality, right? But yeah, so I mean, you're kind of protecting the city with heroes and maybe a little bit of a tower defense type way, and you're exploring a land, looking for resources to make your heroes more powerful, fighting monsters and going on quests. So we're going to kind of keep this open here, the components, so I can figure out what's what as we open the book. So then also comes with a quick reference guide, which is an alphabetical listing of all the different things in the game. So you can just learn the basic rules, and then when things come up, you can look at them here. I kind of like that. That's a nice idea. All right, there is a lot of stuff in this game, guys. Okay, it comes with a lot of bags. That's nice. A lot of baggies in case you're a board gamer or a drug dealer. Very good. These bags here are for the enemy powers or tokens. So the enemies in this game are all kind of randomly generated. You have a basic enemy, then they're offset by stats and powers. So you have hard, medium, and easy powers. These are really, really nice bags. Well made, they feel sturdy, they're big, you can put your hand all the way in there, they close up. Yeah, just very, very well made. Some of the nicer bags I've seen that come with the game. So yay, Kickstarter, right? All right, oh, more baggies, smaller ones, very nice. Looks like we've got some custom dice here. So we've got brown, let's see, that looks like maybe a resource die or something. A little fish there. Looks like wood, a log, a blob, not sure what that is. A lucky charm. That must be some kind of luck dice. Maybe you can probably offset the abilities or bad things that happen. Another custom die. So yeah, those custom die look cool. They feel good. They got a nice hefty sound to them. Now the way you can tell that this is more of a Euro game is because it comes with lots of wood. And you know, those Europeans, they love wood in their games. So just tokens for the various players that you're going to be using. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Looks like some of these are miscolored maybe. I got a couple blue ones with the green. I might have to check into that. Might have to get some replacements or something, or just not worry about it because I'm not that anal. Alright, we got a bunch of standees. Now this game uses standees and not minis, and I'm very, very happy for that. I wish more board games these days would use standees instead of minis, because I have like 1,000 minis that I need to paint, and a good quality standee with good artwork will always look better than an unpainted mini as far as I'm concerned. Also, Kickstarter developers, all a mini does is it makes the project more expensive and it makes the completion time longer. So I would always rather pay less money for more cardboard, or the same amount of money for even more cardboard, because more cardboard always adds to the game, whereas plastic never adds to the game. Minis are completely overrated as far as I'm concerned. All right, so let's start. Oh, we have this. This is not actually a spinner. There's like a time mechanism in this game, and you use this to track the passage of time. All right, so let's take a look at some of the cards here. We've got, these are quest cards, and the rulebook says that there should be about 100 of them. So these are cards that you're going to draw, I think, randomly throughout the game to get different side quests. Oh yeah, nice quality cards. Looks like linen finish. One thing that I really liked about this game, and the reason I backed it, was the vibrant art. I like all the colors. So many games these days are kind of drab looking, but this just has great color. Let's take a look. Let's read one, see what the flavor text is like. Periwinkle's Pear. There's a shipment of Periwinkle's Pear brandy coming in by smuggler to the black market. Get it and bring it back to the City of Kings, and you'll make a few important people very pleased indeed. So objective: be at the market when the clock turns to midnight. And rewards, you get, maybe that's money, and those are items. So yeah, pick up and deliver quest. Probably some different style quests too. So there's the one quest deck. Not sure how many that is. Let's see, here's some more quests and probably some other random cards here. Thank you, developers, for making the card packs easy to open. Not the blister style, but the wrap style. I like that. Oh wow, even more quests. Jeez. Would like to see maybe a little more art on the cards would be nice, a picture or two. Oh, okay, so at the bottom it kind of tells you what kind of quest it is. This is a group quest, go and kill. The Green Acre Herd. Stern Castle Paddock trained the best horses in the world. I tell you, House Greenacre managed to bring a family of the wild southern plains breed all the way back. You know how funny Greenacre is about its horses. All a bit elvish, if you ask me. Some of the best horse bloodlines ever seen. And now a monster is stealing the foals every night. A Lonesome Dove style quest. I like that. I like anything Lonesome Dove. Oh man, I would love for there to be a Lonesome Dove game, big game like that. So yeah, that is quite the quest deck. I don't think this game is going to be hurting for variety. That's the kind of, that when there's a random deck, a random quest deck in a game, that's the size I like to see. That makes me happy. Okay, so we got some items. Let's take a look here. Looks like these are all items. That's a nice stack of items there. And I think this, so this is like the resource you need to build the item. That's the name, and probably the things it adds to you. Maybe it adds some health or some range 1 or movement or a luck die, maybe some combat. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is all really, really nice art. The fractal bow, I like that. I would like to see maybe a little bit of a line of flavor text. I wish more designers would do that on their items. Put a line of flavor text just to give, you know, some context to what the item is, who made it, the world, the people it belongs to. You know, kind of like in the Dark Souls video games, their item descriptions are always really interesting. They have a lot of lore. Oh, and piece of lingerie, that's hilarious. What does that add? It adds luck, and you wear it on your legs. Nice. So I like how these are kind of like, some of them are mundane and some of them are magical. Moon Tear's Crown. Really though, really fantastic artwork. It's got a really nice style to it. Kind of cartoony, but still really nicely detailed. Very cool. And that's a pretty solid stack of items. I'm not sure how much the items are like crucial to the game, but we'll see. Okay. These cards are the positioning cards, and this actually, oh no, it has a, there we go. So these, I think, kind of dictate how the enemies move or position or something. So yep, again, nice art, but there's not too much on these. These are just kind of show you, like, I get probably where he starts and how they move, the directions they move. So it's kind of a random element to how the enemies move around the battlefield. Okay, these are the skill cards. We'll take a closer look at those in a bit. But these you add to your character sheet, and they add like a pathway that when you level up, you go along a pathway to get certain upgrades to like health, luck, movement, probably like resource gathering. And then you can connect things on your character card with these. Oh wow, some more quest cards here. Maybe these were Kickstarter bonuses, I'm not sure. Very cool. Yeah, really would have liked to see more art, or the flavor text is well written. The couple I've read I've really liked. But a little more art on the back side would have been nice. But there's a ton of them, so that probably would have raised the cost of the game quite a bit. Art assets are not cheap. And as you'll soon see, there's a ton of art assets on the cardboard. So wow, even more quests. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to do in this game. Okay, and these are the story and scenario cards, I believe. So this kind of dictates the kind of game you're going to play. So you can either play this game as a story, which is a kind of like interconnected scenarios, or you can play them as one-off scenarios. Alright, so it looks like we have the scenario cards here, okay, and the story cards here. So I won't go through these so I don't accidentally spoil something for you guys, but so we've got story 7. Let's find the beginning of story 1. So story 1, setup. Story 1, first blood. And so then this kind of just tells you what you're going to do. If you know how many heroes you have. So one thing I really like, on the back of the box, it says it's, this is of course a solo game, or you can play it solo, but it says that you have to manage more than one hand, and I really like that it gives that detail, because a lot of games that say they're solo, you end up having to play like 4 or 5 different characters, and it ends up being a lot to do. One of the biggest culprits of that is Unicornus Knights. I bought that, and I don't think I'll ever play it because the solo game just seems like you have to do so much bookkeeping. So, oh yeah, so you got the setup for the story, how you're going to set up your tiles, your world, and then you've got these different story cards with some text and some other rules on there. Yeah, I really like that. That should be a lot of fun. And there are 7 stories in the game, so that's a nice big fat stack of story cards. Maybe not as much as like Legends of Andor, but that's a good amount. And then here we have, I don't know, 20 or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 scenario cards. So these are just standalone scenarios that you can play if you just want to have a, jump in, play a quick game. Normal, hard, very hard. So it looks like normal is the easiest, and it goes up to very hard. So yeah, that's cool. A couple different ways to play the game. And now we get to some of the cool art. Okay, so these are the character sheets. They are massive. Here's a standard poker size card, so you can see how big they might be a little too big. I don't know. It's going to be hard to get everything on camera if I do a playthrough of this. But man, I just love that artwork on these cards. So we have Shara, the last of the Sakura. Telora the Blessed. Brutus the Broken. I know, I kind of feel like maybe making these so big is maybe going to limit if they have any hero expansions in store, because the box will just have to be giant. Okay, Throwler Hillfeet. Calamus Earthshaker. And Valeria Elion. Really, really great art on these character sheets. And as you can see, the character sheet itself just is absolutely chock full of things. So you have your stats. You do keep track with little cubes, and yeah, it's easy to get knocked around. So I think I'm probably going to buy the overlays that come out, and they come in the deluxe version. This is not the deluxe version of the game. This is the adventure version, which is like kind of like the peasant version. So they have these overlays that they made out of clear plastic that you can put over, and they'll lock the little cubes. So I'm definitely going to buy at least a couple of those. So you have your attack power, your healing, range, movement, luck, and then you have your workers for your worker placement type guys. Movement, gather, and scavenge. A nice round summary there. So this is when you have your hero here and your workers. You can have up to 2 workers, and this is where you take your action placement. Here's where you have your equipment. So you have a place for what you can hold in your arms, your head, your body, and your legs. And then here's all the skills. So all the characters, I believe, have different skills. There's 2 columns. And there's a 3rd column here. And so what you do is, like, you would take this and add it to your hero column. And then as you level up, you can go from here to there, and you follow the lines with little cubes. And so you have to, if you wanted this skill and this skill, bolt and protect, I believe you'd have to go from like here, then there, 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 and there, something like that. So it's a very comprehensive skill system, almost like the what was that? Like one of the Final Fantasy games had that grid-based system where you had to connect dots. It's kind of like that, and each time you do it, you get a little something. Or like Salt and Sanctuary had something like that. So I think there's going to be really just a lot of very different things that the heroes have. So here's 2 heroes, just comparing their so Frenzy to Hammer Fist. So Frenzy perform 2 basic attacks, one immediately after the other. And then Hammer Fist, perform 1 basic attack, the damage is doubled. So yeah, I mean right there, the first skill is just very different. One's like more DPS, and one is more of a one hit. I really like these a lot. They are big though. Okay, let's put those aside. And then we have here an achievement list. So you can record the date of when you did certain things in the game. And now we get to the absolutely massive, I mean this thing, massive stack. Whoops, sorry, hit the tripod there. Massive stack of cardboard. This is just insane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 huge sheets of cardboard. My dog just heard a squirrel or something. It's going crazy. So this is one of the tiles here. Really nice artwork on that. And as you go out and you discover, you have to move around, and then you flip it over. So there is some exploration in the game.
Hey, Monty, come on.
And let's see, Steward Ranker's Fort, the Stronghold, Phase 2. Kill any one creature within 1 range, and maybe you get those resources or something. So yeah, those are nice and thick there. They feel good. They feel like they're not going to warp or anything. Should stack pretty easily. And there are just a ton of those. I think there's 50 of them. And there's green and red, so reds are more deadly. And then so these are how the monsters get populated. So you have a kind of like a group of monsters, the Hand of the Vesh, and then you randomly draw one of these power, like their stats, and you put that down there, and then that dictates their stats. And then you draw abilities from the random abilities from the bag, and you put those on there. So every time you face these enemies, they're going to be different. So that is kind of cool in the way that it adds variety. However, each enemy doesn't really have a lot of personality like it would in a Warhammer Quest, where the enemies are very singular, but they have a ton of personality. And all kinds of other tokens. Looks like those are abilities, fireballs. And then these are like the standards. So like this is the Hand of the Vesh standard. So you place that on the board, and that's what you move around to represent that group of enemies. But yeah, man, some of the art on these tiles is just fantastic. Really, really nicely done. Very cartoony, very detailed with just really nice colors. So there's some of the red tiles. More of the red tiles. All right, here we go. Now here are the standees. These are awesome. I love that. So that's that rock smasher or earthquaker guy. I love that art on there. Double-sided, put that on the stand. I would so much rather have games have these than miniatures. I hope this huge plastic craze ends soon. I do have a ton, so I have like the Warhammer, the 3rd edition of the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay system. I've got almost everything for it. And the thing I'm going to use most are the standees. It comes with hundreds and hundreds of creature standees to use in all kinds of games. So I'm really looking forward to getting those all organized to use in like a game of like Warhammer Quest or something. But yeah, oh man, the standees are just awesome. I think these are like bosses. Great artwork. So here's that one hero we took a look at, the other one. So nice. Resource tokens. So those are your little wagons for your workers. I'm not sure what those are. Temple, Trade District, a quest hub. Okay, so here's like the main city piece, and this is what you build your map out around. And you have a hope and morale. So those are like kind of like the two health tracking systems for the game, where if you lose all hope or you lose all morale, you lose the quest. This is how you keep track of, it looks like, experience points. Again, really nice artwork. This probably I would have liked to see maybe a little thicker, but that should work. It should be fine. Because this is kind of like how you build your, you put your exploration tokens, tiles around that, and you usually probably start here in the City of Kings and you move out and explore the world. And then here's that time tracker I was telling you about. So you can plop in, I don't want to break it right now. But you remove that, pop it in there, and then you keep track of like, so late morning, midday, afternoon, evening, midnight, and early morning. And every time you pass midnight, you lose 1 hope in your city. So I like that, keeping track of time. Different things probably happen at different times during the day or night. The Scorched. That might be a boss or something. Oh, create your own. That's kind of cool. Blank tokens. Wise use of empty space. Looks like poison or something maybe. Frostbolt, teleport, lightning bolt, panic. More art there on the tiles. Oh my gosh, so much. So much cardboard. It's gonna be, this game, it might be really hard to organize. I'm gonna have to get probably a couple of the GMT sheets or little chit trays for these little ones here. So these must be bosses. And a few more here. Nice fire token. There's that. So they really packed these cardboard sheets full of stuff. All right, and that's the last one. So that's everything. Empty box here, a little flimsy. I know, I think Frank, I can't remember his last name, the developer, they had some trouble with the boxes getting crushed, and they had to like delay a little bit and figure out something. But I'm probably going to invest in at least some nice Plano inserts for all this stuff. And so yeah, Frank West is the designer. So here's the back of the box. Here's what I said: 1 to 4 players, but 1 player support with multi-handed play. All games should tell you that, because that is a big deal to some people. And it also breaks it up, so like a story might take 90 to 180 minutes and a scenario 45 to 90 minutes. Just displays some of that really great artwork on the back of the box. Really nice design. So yeah, that's it. That is City of Kings. I don't know if I'm going to do a playthrough on camera or not. I might, but I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at everything in there, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these take a look videos. So all right, well, I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.